This episode of DEATHRIDER is brought to you by Pepsi. Okay, I didn't bore you with putting the exhaust manifolds on. It's pretty straightforward. You bolt them on. It's kind of like these valve covers. Pretty straightforward. Cleaned all the crap out of there and all that good shit. Anyway, when we put the valve cover gaskets on, here's what we come up with. Valve cover gaskets are on here. Notice they have a tab, a tab, a tab, another tab. Anyway, that tab's all the way around. On these valve covers here, they would have had some kind of tab here, some kind of tab here, one at the end, one at each end. Well, anyway, it flat even says in the instructions, you may have to cut some of these tabs off. Well, you do. The only two you can use is the end. So, anyway, we got a valve cover gasket on. Let's see if we can get the valve cover on. Well. Valve covers are on. I use these pretty little chrome spreaders, and yeah, I know they're all crooked. I need to tap that with a hammer and just straighten them up. It's just, I used those. I didn't use them because they're pretty in chrome. I used them because a lot of GM engines actually had spreaders, and I was sure this one would have at one point in time too. And these valve covers were kind of mushroomed at the at these particular holes on all of them. I had to flatten them out when I sandblasted them. So I put these back on. Mr. Gasket, of course, and you know Mr. Gasket's not nice to the big block people. He sells them in packs of 8. Might help you on a small block Chevrolet. Sure as hell ain't gonna help you on a big block. You get to buy 2 packs. But anyway, we got a little smudge there. You take a little glass cleaner or something, clean it up, because don't think it will not be dirty when it goes in. I promise you, it's going to be pretty for 5 minutes. Then I put this carburetor back on there. It's supposed to be a 750 Edelbrock. Not 100% sure what the hell it is, but this motor ran on this carburetor. This carburetor ran, so that's what it's going in the truck with. That ain't going to be what it stays on. It's just going in the truck with it. So I have to get us there. Somebody done a little butchery here on this, and they drilled the other pattern in it or something. I'm not real sure exactly what the hell they did, but I don't see that it's going to hurt it. You know, I can use the pattern I actually need, which lines up here some damn where. Anyway, you get the point. See, this is a multi-pattern little bastard. It's that water pump's got 110 different right there we go. There, if you notice, the actual factory pattern lines up. Anyway, lines up, and so does the other pattern pretty well. I think you can get all 4 bolts in it. I don't know which pattern I need, but it's a multi-pattern pulley, and it's definitely homemade, so we're going to use it. Oh, I love my fan. I don't care if you like it or not. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. My camera doesn't get too pissed off at wind noise and stuff, as you can probably tell. It's not as bad as some you hear, but it does get agitated about it. They all do. There's nothing you can do about it. The boom mic can only, shotgun mic can only do so much. But anyway, here's where we stand. Next step is, of course, I got to run the oil pump in it, so that means the distributor's got to come out. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm still all my fittings and connections and stuff. Got to have pipe dope put on them and tightened up and all that good crap. I guess other than that, got to get the dipstick to fit. And there's the hole. I think I'm going to use my original dipstick, my friends. I actually done a little research on this thing earlier, and if I can find the damn thing, right here. Somebody cut it to get the blasted oil pan off. That's exactly what they did. That's what that piece of hose was I showed you earlier. But I checked this. I can use a compression fit and put it back together. They tried to get it out and couldn't, but anyway, it's got a little dent right there. I can straighten that out. I'm going to use this dipstick. This is an original GM dipstick. I need to clean it up where it's set out here, and it may be off due to the depth of the pan. It may be different. I need to measure that. But if it's off, that's pretty simple. My full line should be in the same place. But if the depth of the pan's different, I may have to actually cut the end of the stick off. So the full line should be in the same place, because the relation of where that's where that little bung's at in the pan that you can see right there is the same as where this one is, as you can see right there. So the worst thing is the dipstick's too long and I have to straighten it up. So that should fix that. Anybody want a little fire for a good time? But I don't know what else we're going to do. Don't it just look mean sitting there on its engine stand? It looks mean as snot, don't it? Oh yeah. Little factory headers, motorhome, ambulance. 454 headers is what these are. That right there should be plenty good enough. They're dang good and open. I mean, they're not by any means restriction, so that should be good. But temp sender, this truck this motor come out of had idiot lights, so I can use that. The oil pressure sender that was in this motor was good, and it's still there, and I'm going to use it because it had idiot lights. I got to clean all these off, of course, where I painted over them. Ain't no big deal, a little wire brush action or some sandpaper, clean up the connections. But yeah, we're friggin' getting there, baby. We are getting there. So just a matter of getting it in. Somebody come help me, damn it. Somebody come help me put it in. DEATHRIDER1974, I believe that's you, right? You gonna come help me put it in? You gonna come help me put it in? Somebody going to. I was also talking to you about a carburetor. I got something else for your dang Fords you might want. Right there. Only one problem. It is chokeless. Yeah, it's got some cobwebs and stuff in it. This carburetor right here was a complete rebuild. It had maybe 30 miles on it. As you can see how clean it is. It's completely rebuilt, and the only thing that would question me is if it needs to be cleaned out. But the darn accelerator pump and everything, I put gas in it. I mean, it still functions fine. So I've got a kit for that, and I've got a monster Holly over here. It does have the choke still in it. This is the big Holly. It's a big double bowl Holly. I've got one of those. You might want that more than you'd want one of these hunks of crap, because I can tell you right now, that carburetor right there, yeah, it works. That ain't that good of a carburetor. I promise you. It's not. Man, put a kit in it, it might be alright, but it runs, it starts up good, but it just, as when I had this motor run on the ground, and even before it's took out of the truck that it was in, it don't run great, my friends. It does run, though. That carburetor does not run great, though. But anyway, that's enough of this bullshit. Let's see what else I can tear up.